the Worlds and potentially a shot at the
one
glory.
more win. One more. That's it.
Incredible how close we are right now as we take a look at the brackets. Howie getting through. Uberino, who got through. Foix, all kinds of surprises. And we have one quarterfinal match left, and it is between Tiger and Silent. Guys, talk to me.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, with regards to Tiger, what he's currently played, I wonder if he's going to take a page out of what he said in his meeting with Maria Ho here, you know, taking an approach where he tested a unit. I hope he sticks to what he knows best in order to take out Silent here on this move.
Why gamble when you have the rune quality that Tiger has, right? Unless you're just looking to keep yourself entertained. It's become such a foregone conclusion that you're just going to pwn everybody.
To be honest, with Tiger's personality, I can see that a little bit, but I would say play it safe, do what you know works, get to at least the finals where you know you're punching your ticket to Worlds, and then maybe mess around because there's only, you know, $1,000 difference on the stake.
Yeah, I agree. Why take any chances? Let's send it right back into the arena where Tiger will be the first man to come to the stage. And before we got things started, we had a chance to catch up with him to discuss strategy.
I think my strategy is I like to do a lot of preparations and calculations because my major is like computer science. So I used to calculate and speed tune all my team well, just to make sure there is no gap after one unit's move. So the component cannot cut in. So I think that's one of my strategy in arena. So in World Arena, I mean RTA, I would like to just optimize all of my units to make their stats as good as possible. So that's one of my strategy.
He is a hunter, no doubt. Maybe that's why he went with Tiger. Efficient, looking for prey, and the man in his sights, none other than Silent, the healthcare and marketing professional from Miami, Florida. He's been playing just from May of 2016, guys. Doesn't have the amount of experience that a lot of the other players in the field have, but managed to get through War Elixir, and now probably understands how much more difficult the task at hand is on this occasion, as Tiger talked about the fine-tuning that he has done. I mean, the guy's a CS guy. I mean, you know, computer science is a specialty. He knows how to tune everything down to a T. So what's it going to take for Silent here?
You know, obviously, considering that he knows Tiger and he's watched him play so many different tournaments and whatnot here, I hope to see that he decides to incorporate something that's going to counter what Tyler generally picks out when it comes to his compositions. But again, like we said before, Tiger not only has an amazing amount of monsters, but a ton of runes, so he has a lot of variety in his team. That's what I think he's going to be using in the strategy here today.
Leads off with the Molong, does Tiger, and then it's a Ganymede from Silent, followed by
Bastet.
Ah, yeah. We've seen a little bit of really effective Bastet use. Granted, it was the Violent Bastet that was really impressive. Right. Not sure how the build is for Silent.
Right. We'll have to wait and see.
Out of all the monsters that Tiger has, he gets the first pick, and instead of picking, you know, some of the other key units that we've seen between Ganymede as well, he goes with Molong. Molong is a little bit controversial. A lot of people think that he's one of the best monsters in the game. Some people have a completely different outlook.
Think he's overrated. Right.
Absolutely, but I mean, one of the best players in the game decides that it's the best monster that he needs to pick first, and it could just be tuned towards Silent specifically. But
well, go on.
We just see this extremely good pairing between Ganymede and Hathor now, which going into the comp that Tiger's running is a really good option.
But now Tiger following up with yet another Panda.
Yeah, this is the Light Panda Tian Lang. Again, that passive, really unique, being able to counter the attack bar improvements from Veligil and Bastet. So I wonder what Silent is going to go ahead and do when it comes to the monsters that are currently laid out. Who is going to decide to ban? If you were Silent right now, who would you ban play?
That's a good one. I'd probably take the full 20 seconds to decide myself. Of course, my two main options that I'm looking at are either Tian Lang or Wusa.
Right.
I need to get rid of the Wusa to have my combo between Ganymede and Hathor kind of cycling through. Of course, on Tiger's end, I would assume that he's going to be looking to ban one of those two out.
The Silent rounding out with the Theomars there.
We're seeing a lot of Theomars play in this championships, but overall, I don't think that he's always the best option to see. I mean, against Leica, I can see that because he has the three hit skill, which could take down a lot of HP from Leica, so I understand that.
Well, maybe it was a part of Silent strategy. If they actually let Hathor through, Hathor locking down everybody, banning the Wusa, locking down everybody, maybe the goal was to use Theo to kind of focus down one and try to take it out, considering that Bastet plus Theo, I mean, that's a ton of attack buff.
But you know, Tiger's no amateur, and he understands the value of the Ganymede-Hathor combo. He's going to disrupt it one way or the other, and Theo generally doesn't draw a ban.
And also the problem with Silent's team right now is he has 2 attack stage boosters against Tian Lang, which is going to be devastating for Silent.
Okay, let's go ahead and wait and see what happens here. Getting a couple of stuns on the Bastet and Theomars. Of course, a crucial component of Silent's team. Not being able to do the damage necessary to get the job done. We are sitting back waiting to see what he decides to do. It looks like the Ventilate is in on Bastet. And of course, it looks like he planned that perfectly with Sanctuary being able to revive Bastet out of that stun. Now Bastet can go ahead and bring it back, but of course it is now up to Tiger's Iris to try to remove some of those beneficial effects, and unfortunately he wasn't able to do it.
Did not get a single one, but of course Molong able to follow up and make a couple of those into good situations where now he can start focusing down the Ganymede.
Let's see. It looks like we might be trying to get that defense break on Ganymede, but unfortunately we weren't able to lock it down. Definitely wants to set back that Molong. I don't want to get those buff removals removed, but of course now Theomar's doing some amazing damage. 32k with that attack buff and the defense break on Iris. Iris is down. We are now sitting with Silent 4 monsters to 3.
Yeah, down goes the Iris, and Silent actually ahead in this match. All he has to do is take down a couple more monsters. I would say he takes one more down, he's got this in the bag. He just needs to keep his composure, make sure that he's making smart decisions, take down that Light Panda right now, which he's not able to close, but it's close enough where he can take it down with the Bastet, and he's, I think he's got this.
Let's go ahead and hold our step back here. We understand the value of Leica, what he can bring here. Let it play out.
Childish, I think he's got this.
No, we gotta let it back. I love Leica. Leica's one of my units.
Bet.
Here comes the triple crush down onto Leica. Again, exactly why he wanted to bring it, but he's getting the violent proc after violent proc. Now Leica is sitting with really low HP.
And he is on a vampire set. Watch out. Watch out. Don't call it a comeback. We got a crazy stun.
Molong able to remove the Endure buff off of Theomars. We don't see another violent proc from Theomars this time, but we do see a couple debuffs going down from Bastet. Theomars staying alive until just right now, and he's got to take it down. Exactly what he needed to do. He needed to go for it. And Molong is not going to be able to do it.
Tanky, but not that tanky.
No, and of course, with regards to his HP being so low, he's not going to be able to take advantage of his third skill. So, once again, Clay, you are correct on your assessment.
Silent, able to take it now 1-0 against Tiger. This is going to be a huge upset if he's able to do it one more time.
We'll have to wait.
Yeah, but have you ever made a Tiger mad? It doesn't go over well. You better believe that as we see the clock just ticking on Molong and the victory for Silent, that Tiger's going to go back to the drawing board here and take what he's gleaned from this loss in Game 1. A very surprising one, by the way, to Silent.
Yeah, and even though you say I was right in my assessment that Silent was going to win that one, at the start of the match, just based on the pick ban phase, I thought Silent didn't have a chance to see the way that he was able to manipulate around that Light Panda and also take it down. That Theomar is actually coming in really clutch for Silent in that match. So
the Theomar that you actually said is probably not going to be the best choice there, isn't that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, here we go.
So I, even though I was right,
Silent knows something we don't know.
Yeah.
I was not right at the beginning.
And now he is leading with the Molong, blocking the lead pick from Tiger last game, and Tiger in turn with the Sierra. Is that a Velajewel?
That is a Velajewel. They have him locked down. Of course, now Silent is taking his time on these second round of picks. Looks like we're looking at Bastet. 9 seconds to go. He needs to decide what he's going to do here. Oh, he's going to be taking away the Iris. Iris away from Tiger here. Of course, Tiger bringing back that Tian Lang. A very interesting point considering what Bastet's bringing with their third skill and the attack bar increase. Got the Hathor locked down.
Ganymede's still not taken on either side.
What is going on, Clay? Tell me about it.
I don't know. If I was Silent right here, I would take the Ganymede right now.
Just to block the Hathor comp from Tiger?
Yeah,
and then maybe bring like a Wusa.
Yep, and you know Tiger has the Ganymede, so there it is.
There you go. Silent does take Ganymede. Showing it at least right now. Does not lock in, though, just yet.
Yeah.
Going with his tried and true, though. We see another Theomars.
Ladies and gents, it's official. Theomars is the new meta for RTA. Watch out, here it comes.
Free to play.
There it is. Yes, as you made a point, a free-to-play monster that everybody can get. If you don't have a Theomars, start farming now.
There goes the Wusa in from Tiger's end, now having double immunity, along with Tian Lang, Hathor, and Sierra.
Pretty balanced comp from Tiger here.
It's definitely balanced. He's got a lot of damage, a lot of sustainability, a lot of utility, but I like the choice banning out the Sierra.
Yeah, that will put a dent in the damage factor, obviously.
Absolutely.
We see the Molong ban from Tiger.
So now it's 4 supports from Tiger, and then we have a lot of damage capabilities from Silent. Although, I mean, having the Iris, having the Ganymede in there, I would give this one to Silent as well.
Okay, well, we'll have to see. Let's see if your predictions are into play.
I wasn't right the first time, so
The pre-tournament odds-on favorite to win this thing down 1-0 and getting the nod. Pre-game 2 from Clay. Can Silent close it out with a clean sweep?
We'll have to see here. Here we go. We have Tiger's Villager up to go. Obviously, we have the immunity set by Wusa, so he doesn't need to use his third skill. Trying to remove some of those beneficial effects here. And now it is Hathor's turn to get it underway. Delayed promise, 2-turn sleep and the attack bar increase on all the monsters with respect to Theomars.
Theomars is all he needs, though.
Ooh, did we just see a revenge set on that Theomars? Is that correct?
Absolutely, definitely a revenge set on the Theomars, which I would say is the best way to ruin Theomars.
Okay, okay.
But now you got to decide who's the biggest threat, and I would say it's the Tian Lang. It's providing the defense break. It's providing the buff removal as well. And
Tian Lang, and of course Hathor as well. We can't count Hathor out providing the sleep, and with Silent not having any kind of immunity whatsoever, it's going to be a pain if he gets these units locked down.
yeah, he's got to get in there with the Theomars. He's got to get in there with the Iris, remove the immunity as quick as possible. But Tiger able to land the sleep on Iris, which I don't know. I think Tiger's definitely in a better spot than Silent is right now. Of course, Theomars is going to go down right here, along with a double stun from Tian Lang. And I think that's it.
Yeah, but I believe you're correct, but of course I don't want to count anybody out here. Let's go ahead and play it out and see what happens. Now we have Iris removing a couple of beneficial effects, but not enough to get those stuns locked in. The violent procs on this Hathor is crazy. Getting, again, a sleep. The attack bar defeats, but only one sleep here.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely didn't need those sleeps, but of course it would have helped out a lot more. I would say the game is almost already in Tiger's favor. Of course, like you said, I don't want to count anybody out just yet, but I just don't see a way for Silent to come back at this point because he only has those 3 monsters left, and that Ganymede's defense broken. It's going to go down here right now just by that Wusa taking it out, also healing up his team as well. And just like that is 1 game to 1. So
yeah, Silent not wasting any time, and it felt like he might have even been able to throw in the towel earlier than that, as one wasn't going to expect Tiger to mess around given the advantage that he had early on in that particular game. Bouncing back, leveling things at 1 apiece. And what did I tell you guys about playing with the Tiger? Don't play with the Tiger. He's back and has leveled it up. Now, what are you going to do if you're Silent? You've tried a couple of different things here. Tiger's obviously responded. Now it's almost like clean slate for both players.
Yeah, Silent with the first pick, he can do a ton of stuff. He looks like he
goes right back to the Molong.
Right back to the Molong. So I'm curious to see if he used one of his strategies he originally employed to get the win. I'll have to wait and see what Tiger decides to do. Looks like he's going to pull off that Villager early on, but hasn't locked down. Okay, he does lock it down along with Hathor.
So far, very similar to last game, which doesn't necessarily bode well for Silent, who
and rightfully
dominated.
So on Tiger's part there. Just try to take that crowd control effect and use what has already worked for you.
But why lead again with the Molong if you're Silent, given the way things played out last game?
Good question.
Getting the gift of the first pick.
I think the Molong is a fine first pick. I think he needs to have some sort of immunity on his team if he's going to be playing against Hathor. Otherwise, ban it out.
Yep.
Like I said the first time, it was either go Ganymede, Wusa, and he ended up not going Ganymede, Wusa. He went Ganymede, Theomars. And it's pretty much the same comp. Of course, Tiger's now taken Sierra this time. And is he going to bring out Ganymede, Wusa, or is he going to go with no immunity buff at all?
I hope he brings out Wusa. This is, especially if he's, but
he
maybe
needs a Wusa here, doesn't
Yeah.
he? I mean, we saw how quickly he got taken out. Well, the Ganymede, so now it's down to just one other pick. It's, I mean, what? Don't tell me it's a
He needs
Theomars.
immunity. Oh,
Whoa.
so he's going to go YOLO now. He's going to take the first turn. He's got 2 attack bar buffs, but he's got to be careful because, of course, the Tian Lang's still in there. However, I would say if there's one attack bar booster in the entire game that can counteract against Tian Lang, it would be Frigate because it has a 50% attack bar increase. But, of course, Tiger going now with the double immunity buffs with Veljul and Wusa.
So you're not going to be able to get rid of that altogether. Who do you ban here? I mean, it's like you're going to leave him with 4 great picks.
Silent needs to ban Tian Lang. Otherwise, he's not going to have the attack bar gauge that he needs to have. And Tiger, on his end, I would say that he probably needs to ban Frigates, but he doesn't need to ban Frigates. So it looks like, I mean, Silent might get the first turn here. I would actually, no, I don't think he's going to get the first turn because that Wusa is extremely fast. I know Tiger's runes, and with the speed lead, he's definitely going to get the first turn. So Silent, his whole strategy to get the first turn and lock down is completely soiled right off the bat right here.
Yeah, you can kind of tell it in his face right now, kind of looking a little disgruntled there, but hopefully he can keep his head up so he can finish this match. We still have a lot of gameplay for you viewers out there. Delayed promises coming in. We got 3 out of the 4 monsters. Nope, 2 out of the 4 monsters locked down with regards to the sleep. Of course, Frigate is open, but once again, Frigate can't do too much considering what is in play. But it looks like there was a bomb missed on Sierra's aspect.
Yeah, Sierra not able to land the bomb on Iris. Unfortunately, Iris is asleep, so she can't remove any of the will, so not much Ganymede can do at this point.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to work down that Frigate right now. Of course, they don't want to hit any of the units that are slept, with Iris being the one that can counter all the immunity that Tiger is bringing today. Hathor has the opportunity to sleep with the second skill. He gets it in. Ganymede is locked down for 1 turn and gets the additional turn to try to put down the attack break on Frigate, but wasn't able to. Here comes the Violent Procs once again from Sierra.
It is not looking good for Silent in the early going here, guys.
No, he is.
No, and I mean, we kind of saw that just based on the pick ban stage that Silent wasn't going to have too much of a chance in this one just because of that speed lead from Sierra going into the Wusa, but able to land 2 stuns both on Hathor and Sierra, which is definitely crucial for him to have a chance. Not taking a whole lot of damage from that bomb. Thankfully, that Ganymede is still in it, but unfortunately, Wusa getting a clutch sleep on Ganymede, which, I mean, I would hate to be Silent right now, just feeling like nothing's going in his favor right
But it looks like had he opted for the Wusa himself, blocking that as a pick from Tiger and then replacing it obviously with the Frigate, which was his last pick, he would have been in a much different situation right now.
He definitely would have, but who knows? Does Silent have Wusa? Have we seen him play Wusa before? Does he have it in his monster box? So he might not.
That's a good point.
And Tiger might have known that as well, which is why he saved Wusa for his very
Toward the
pick
end,
every
yeah.
single time.
Sure.
Okay, it looks like we're sitting back here. Iris is going to have the opportunity to remove some buffs, get some off of Sierra right now. Sierra is not sitting with any kind of immunity, but of course, Veljul answers back with the Sanctuary, providing the cleanse, the attack bar boost, and the immunity for 3 turns.
Missed another bomb, though.
Unbelievable.
I know Tiger likes to build his monsters a little bit differently, stacking a lot of resistance on most of his monsters as well. So seeing that bomb not hit isn't too much of a surprise to me because I know that he doesn't really focus on accuracy for Sierra. As you heard other players talking, Sierra misses bombs all day long. It's no surprise there, but of course, just having a little bit of accuracy is still a little bit important when you're building a Sierra.
Yeah, that accuracy resistance aspect of the game is really, really important. Of course, it's coming into play right now, taking out that unit. We now have Tiger sitting strong, 4 monsters to 3. We are in
4 monsters to 3, now with delayed promise. Again, missing, so not a whole lot of accuracy on Tiger's end. Or maybe just a lot of resistance on Silent's end.
Yeah, and again, I wouldn't put it past that. Resistance is one of those controversial stats that most people haven't really focused on too much, but when it comes to these G3 players that are here today and all the regionals out there, I do believe that resistance is a crucial component that they have to consider in this match.
Feels like resistance is futile if your name is Silent right now, as we see him drop yet another unit and he's got a bomb looming. Down 2-4.
Tiger's feeling pretty good right now, I would assume.
Yeah.
Doesn't have too much that can go wrong to not allow him to move on, and just like that, it's over. So Tiger, again, a little bit of a scare at the beginning, going down 1-0, but able to come back 2 games in a row.
Yeah, and we've seen him drop a game in both of his matches leading up to the semifinals, which I think is a little bit of a surprise given how dominant he is, his rune quality, his monster box. But let off with the Molong in that game 1, which was perhaps a little bit surprising. For Silent Guys, going up 1-0 against Tiger, the ball's in your court. He did seem to make a couple of missteps in the pick ban that might have allowed him to close this out and really pull off the upset in hindsight.
Yeah, there are a couple interesting picks. I think we talked about a few of them, again, not bringing any sort of immunity.
Right.
When you either go full out and outspeed Tiger, which isn't an easy thing to do by any means, or you have some sort of backup plan where you bring immunity where you can, you know, just get something going and live to fight another day. But unfortunately, he maybe just didn't have the monster in his box.
Yeah, I mean, not rooting against Tiger, but obviously the upsets that we've seen to this point, it felt like this is possible, and it was Silence to kind of lose in a couple of different spots, and he made some of the missteps. And listen, that's part of the gameplay as well, and part of what makes a guy like Tiger as lethal as he is. You know, he's tuned and he understands what to do to respond. So let's send it down to our Maria Ho, who is standing by with Tiger right now.
Tiger, we had the chance earlier to talk about how you felt a little bit nervous at the start of the day. Do you think that your nerves played into why you lost the first game, or was it just that Silent brought something that kind of took you off your game?
I think the first game I lost because I do have some troubles to deal with Gani and the high dog combo. So this is also the reason I also used to lose Syntac. And for the second one, I think I think I should change my strategy. So I realized that my opponent, he doesn't have the other attack wheel buff. So I counterpick his value. I think that's it.
Okay, well, you did talk earlier about how calculated you are in making these assessments and making these adjustments. So congratulations on making it to the semifinals. We will see you very soon.
Okay, thank you.
Back to you, Ali.
Thanks, Maria. Tiger shedding a little bit of light, boys.
Yeah, so I mean, we heard it just then. He said he realized that his opponent doesn't have the immunity buff, and he was able to capitalize, taking away the Velgel, but he did give away a little secret there. He said that he struggles against the Gani-Hather combination, which was
As do some of the best of us,
Right,
of course.
right, yeah.
a super strong combination, but I don't know, do you think that was smart of him to give away any of that secret, or do you think he's still able to come back and...
At this particular point, again, like we said before, he is a front runner. Everybody knows so much about him, but yeah, I probably would have held back that information, but as he stated before in one of his bio interviews there, he is really, really focused on that aspect of strategy. So even though he may not have that particular aspect in play, he's going to be able to, consider what his opponent is laying out and really force him to pick, like we saw before, the Tian Lang getting forced to ban, and he kept his composition, and it allowed him to essentially almost look like he was going to take it from the pick and ban phase.
Yep, no doubt about it. So let's take a look at the semifinals, which are set. It is going to be Goku against Chuffles, followed by Howie against Tiger, notably absent Sin Booty and perhaps Fwa, both of whom fell prey to their opposition in the first round, and only half of these remaining 4 are going to move on to Los Angeles for the Summoners War World Arena Championships on November 25th, the day after Thanksgiving. So we're eagerly looking forward to that. Something else that we put together that we're a little bit excited about. Clay, we already gave you a little something. And yeah, Childish knows it's time. We put together a little bit of your greatest hits. There it is.
Here comes the memes. Oh, no.
Yeah, we got that's is it GIF or GIF? I mean, I don't even know which of the two is it, but all I know is I want every time you call me, I want that on my screen.
The memes or the guess? It's coming.
Oh, Childish is calling. Here it comes.
There's one other one that you do all the time.
I don't know.
That's whenever I ask him to give me a pick, and he's like, hey, you go either way. I don't know. All right, so we certainly hope you've enjoyed all of the action. To this point, the semifinals are right around the corner, and we are going to take a look back at some of the highlights from the quarterfinals. We're going to step aside for about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more of the Summoners War Championship Series New York Regionals still to come from the Time Studios here in Manhattan. Stay close. $2,000 up for grabs for first place, $1,000 for second place, and of course, the crystals and the coveted ticket to the Worlds. Don't go anywhere.